We're going to replace a front wheel bearing in a Dodge Caliber. Remove the cotter pin, the spring, and then the castle nut cover. Remove the nut with an impact wrench. Remove the hub with a puller. Hold the puller on with the lug nuts. Put on the slide hammer. Give it some really good solid hits. With the hub off, we'll remove the knuckle. Remove the bolt that holds on the lower control arm. Careful not to damage the rubber boot. We'll pull the front end of the CV joint out. Remove the 2 strut bolts. These were rusted on pretty good. Remove the steering ball joint. This may require 2 wrenches. The ball joint will want to spin. You can hold it with a pair of pliers and spin the nut off. Take out the ABS sensor. We can remove the bolts and then remove the knuckle. The bearing will need to be pressed out. Remove the retention clip. Place the knuckle on the press. With the socket, we'll push straight down. Push the bearing until it drops out, or remove the bearing race with a puller. I applied heat to the bearing race and ice to the shaft. With the puller, I was able to loosen things up. I added some oil and some acetone to make things move off a little easier. We'll pull off this bearing race so we can install it on the new bearing. To make sure the bearing goes in straight, we'll use a plastic hammer. Use the old bearing to press in the new bearing. We'll need to put back the retention clip. Retract it with a pair of pliers. We'll support the bearing from the back and install the hub. We'll use the press to put it in, then reinstall everything on the car.